The Whiskey Brothers podcast is intended for an adult listening audience. If you find yourself easily offended, I guarantee this will do it.
They don't want no problem. Nah.
From Houston, Texas, the Whiskey Brothers podcast starts now.
Welcome, everybody, to the Whiskey Brothers podcast, episode 936. I'll point at Trey. Is that what you're doing? Do I do this?
No. I was just doing that on cue. Welcome.
We're the Whiskey Brothers. As always, thank you guys for joining us. We'll introduce ourselves. Slade Ham, Sam Damaris, Trey Tutson, Jerry Wayne Longmire. We are joined by Will Loden in the hot seat over there running the show. He is going to be on a brand new show we're doing on Tuesday. So I hope you saw it.
Yeah, that's great.
Can I just say how funny it is that you always got a hillbilly or a redneck running your tech?
It's you guys know what you're doing. It's a very.
Will's back there chewing gum. Looks like he just stepped off a bus from Alabama. I got this. Don't y'all worry about the wires and
Absolutely.
shit.
I've never had my car fixed by a guy in slacks.
No.
Oh hell no! Get away from my car.
You gotta trust me.
Who invented hot toddy?
The Irish. I'm
That's
guessing.
Googleable.
I was thinking the English. That sounds
it might have been the English. Toddy.
The honey part makes it sound
If you
English.
said toddy in Ireland, I'm fairly sure you get your ass whooped.
Yeah. You know, it's if you're gonna go by dumb abbreviations, it's probably Australian.
You guys are wrong.
It's a toddy.
Max.
That's how we say tomorrow. Fuck off.
Yeah, toddy's how they say today in Ireland. What's the weather like, toddy?
You've never had a hot toddy before.
This is my first hot toddy, and I believe that it was made by Ethiopians.
It is.
Toddy.
Technically, everything was.
Nothing connected to that.
Trey just likes to say shit we're afraid to tag.
I feel like yes.
I tagged it very respectfully. Everything was
I'm
made by
playing
Ethiopians.
6 Degrees of
We're all
Kevin
Ethiopians.
Bacon with your setups and punches. Trying to figure out how many movies they had to be in together to make sense.
I saw him got at the Trey Tutson interruption
when
somebody mentioned which Asian group they wanted. And Trey
Oh
goes,
yeah.
No, you're
on your own. I'm not finna fucking select Japanese. That's crazy. By the way, they should be. You know how they're like the most peaceful, quiet, and
The Japanese?
very like nice.
Unless you're watching one of their game shows.
awesome people.
Yeah, respect. Yes, that is
And they
true.
should be. Their country is so small. I just realized how little it was when I looked at a globe.
And yet you're still so disrespectful.
That's
I'm nice to them.
I know, because you're small, motherfucker.
I'm not a country, but I like that. Yeah.
So you didn't realize how big did you think it was? You think it was like America's?
Well, you know, how do you say? Oh, black people have such a distaste for Japanese people that Japanese, Korean. They have such a.
I didn't know that was a thing.
No, they're all Chinese.
Yeah, which is wrong. Yeah, exactly.
No, the black people, everybody, they're all Chinese.
Okay, there's a generalization to old black people in terms of how they refer to Asian.
The two
cultures.
world wars. Yeah. Something about,
I understand.
so you assume it's this gigantic, crazy. Same thing like with North Korea. You just thinking like, oh, this must be fucking insane, and then you look, and you're like, this little ticky tack ass country, like they can't do nothing.
The problem is it's
It
a
ain't
small,
even big
it's a
as
small
Texas.
country, but like okay, America's big, but like if you go drive through Arizona, a lot of it is uninhabitable. There's no square inch of those countries without a Japanese or North Korean person on it.
No, that's
They
not
have a
true.
lot of
Japan,
them.
Japan,
No.
If you go north, Japan's got some rural.
Oh,
open
dude,
spaces.
I've
And
seen
Pyongyang is. There's a lot of rural area.
Yeah,
all
I
around.
can't speak for North Korea, but South Korea, all the rice paddies and the.
That's true.
I've seen documentaries.
Well, post-COVID, there's a lot more room in North Korea. I don't know if you've read those news reports. Didn't go well.
Just because one fat dictator gets moved to a hospital room doesn't.
Turns out when you think your guy was birthed from a swan, you're not prepared for a pandemic.
oh yeah.
So
I got down a rabbit hole one night of reading about.
Yeah,
I
we
was
know.
trying to understand. It's a rabbit.
I'm sorry.
Bad
That's
choice.
a great callback. Fuck.
God
That's
damn.
fucking great.
I gotta give
You gotta give us that one. Yeah, we know.
Bad choice of phrasing.
Thanks, Webby, for giving the subs.
You have to say exactly what you were doing. I was on the web very hard. You can't say shit like anything with hole in it now.
I was trying to
Especially
understand,
attached to an animal.
I was trying to understand how Korea was populated, how Korea was formed, right?
Oh, all right.
And it all North Korea basically it all started out from a dude that was a spy for the Russians and tricked a whole bunch of people into thinking that he was a powerful leader, and he was playing both sides of the card.
When was this?
Oh man, it's like
1492. Don't say it.
No. This is like
But like 14th, 15th century?
no, 17th.
Okay.
Sorry, 17th century. But it, like, you know how you meet a lot of Vietnamese people named Nguyen, right? Well, that was because of a whole dynasty of Chinese oppression, and they were killing anybody who wasn't Chinese. And so basically all these people went, oh, no, my name's fucking Nguyen now.
And was Nguyen a Chinese?
The Nguyen dynasty. Yeah. And so it's like they all changed their name to Nguyen from other names. So that's why there's just millions and millions of Vietnamese
named Nguyen.
Yeah,
That makes perfect sense.
It's insane, right? Like when you the Chinese were
Motherfuckers
some
Toby
motherfuckers back in
themselves.
the day, you
Sound
know?
like a no-win situation.
I was about to say, who's on Korea? What's on Japan?
I can't even-
when's
You go
in
to
China?
school in A-Leaf too? We winned a lot.
That's it.
At chess.
So I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's insane, man. You look, you can get on that you get into digging about North Korea, you're going to be reading a minute, man. It took a lot of blocks to fall into place to create that little weird.
Anyway, you shouldn't be scared of that little ass country. That's my whole point. It's too tiny to be scared of.
Are you kidding me? I'm scared of Rhode Island. I wouldn't mess with it.
But isn't that the thing? Like it's the little countries that you got to watch out. Wasn't Cuba such a problem?
Because they're supposed to be. All right, well,
you ain't got to be big. You got to be the size of a missile launch pad.
and be uniform.
Germany almost took over the entire world more than once.
Yeah.
And they're not big.
No, it's the size of Indiana.
Yeah, it's not big.
You equating size with power.
Well, all I'm saying is,
Well, he's little. They do that.
The key to the two wars that he brings up is that they didn't. I mean that is I
Yeah, because
say
they
that
ran
because
into
they're
Russia,
small.
who was very big.
Who was very bigger than them. And I mean,
Yeah, but that's another place. It's this huge piece of land, and like half of it's completely uninhabited.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm most
it
afraid of.
stopped the Germans.
Didn't
It
stop
stopped-
them from building
It
prisons
stopped
there.
Napoleon.
Yeah.
You know about Siberia?
The weather stopped the Germans.
The weather stopped Napoleon.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's what the Russians do. Anytime you invade Russia, they're just like, hang on, we don't have to win. All we have to do is hold them off until December.
We do not need
They
fence.
don't know how this goes.
Yeah,
We do not need fence. We need big and cold enough yard.
It's like Yakov Smirnoff. They
They
don't
put
have a
that shield wall
refrigerator
like
that heats their
Vikings?
house.
Yeah.
They put up that shield wall like Vikings, and they just let you keep shooting arrows until December, and then they're just like, oh, look, you can't move.
That's St. Petersburg. That's the story of St. Petersburg. Just hold them off. They're going to run out of food.
Yeah,
You are free to come. If cold does not kill you, tigers will.
yeah. Russia doesn't give a fuck.
Russia's got tigers?
Siberian tigers?
Yes,
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's in Russia.
I never heard that. I never thought about that.
all the animal facts.
Well, you tell me what their
I
dick
miss
looks like. You
tigers.
can't tell me where they live.
I don't know much about tigers.
That's such a hillbilly move. I can tell you about how they fuck. I don't know anything about where
Can't
they're
tell you
at.
where. Yeah, but I can tell you how.
I don't know where we got them.
Shit, out in the yard, maybe out in the yard, Minnesota.
I'm from Texas, where tigers are plentiful.
Yeah, I think they fucking
That's right.
Detroit.
We have more than the rest of the world. I have a question. So I read this, and I wanted to know what you guys thought of it. Idris Elba, who I think is a badass, and I
Yeah.
fucking love him. He said that,
What do you love him in?
lately, Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw as a
when he was the
villain in Hobbs and
fuck yeah,
Shaw.
he was great.
Oh, dude,
And
did
then
you-
Stringer Bell on The Wire, man.
Did you ever
Okay.
watch The Office? When he played Charles?
I'm
He
not-
was hilarious.
he was-
His comedy is good, too.
Did you ever watch
Funny.
his cop show, Luther?
Luther. That's
No,
what I was
Luther
gonna
was
ask you. Have you seen
Fucking
Luther?
Luther.
incredible.
I
Luther's
love him
great.
in Thor, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
What? Oh, because he don't like they don't
Heimdall.
got that many lines.
What? No, he's fucking Heimdall, dude.
Yeah, he's the fucking
He's a key component of
open
the
the
show.
Bifrost.
Okay. All right.
But no, he so he says
Have you seen Thor?
Yeah, I've seen
He's
some
a
of
big
the
deal.
he says that everyone on social media should be verified. We should all have the blue check mark. He's like, that way, if you want to fucking come on my shit and call me the N-word, you're going to be doing it from your birth name, not from a username.
I don't always appreciate the anonymity of the internet.
Here's what I think.
This is why I'm asking.
I
I
was
knew
gonna
this
say
was
I don't
gonna go-
always appreciate.
I mean, I
Here's
I don't always appreciate the N word. Well, Jerry, that's
That accent says otherwise.
I don't know that you should have your personal identity, like who you actually are, shouldn't be necessarily public. However, your collective online activity should go into an aggregate score, like your Uber rating, right? Like every social media account you're on should be underneath an umbrella that is not you by name, but this thing. You can change the name or the avatar, the @ symbol, but collectively your aggregate
but there's
says
always a score present
everything
that
you've ever
tells you
done.
this
Right.
guy's a troll or he's a fucking
Or this guy's
dickhead
very he's a
racist
4.9.
or
He's
whatever.
everything he says is valid, and he's
Yeah.
talking about science shit. He's on
Well, they
board.
do that at the NSA. They just don't release it.
Right? Yeah. I'm just saying
That's
that should be
They're
public.
doing that in Japan now. You have a
But-
social score that's attached to your
I know
credit
about
score.
this.
If you were to do that, and you could do it with blockchain. You could completely track, and I mean, like the tech is there. They just haven't figured it out. But this totally anonymous. I'm able to go on and do what I want to do. Shit.
Zach,
You need
catfishing
some
is no
accountability.
longer a thing. It fucking kills pedophiles. Like you can't be on there pretending to be some 13-year-old girl trying to lure in a 13-year-old boy. I get it, but it's
You can't venture into the real world not being yourself.
I don't know. I mean,
Does that mean- does that mean
it
he-
sounds big brothery, but it's just like it's one of those big brother things where it's like, you know what? We've gotten to a point where the anonymity of the internet, like you said, is becoming a big fucking problem.
If that means that Idris Elba has to answer for advertising an electric Ford Mustang, then I'm on board.
Dude, that's what he said though. He goes, I have to show my ID to get my Instagram account. He's like, how come you don't?
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't just go on and say I'm Idris Elba. They're like, nah, we want to see proof of that. He's like,
gotta make sure
he
you-
goes, yeah. He goes, that check mark means
Yeah,
if
but
I-
he's
if I go-
also on there presenting himself as Idris Elba and not Froggy Bottom 27 or
'Cause if
whatever.
he did that,
No,
nobody
that's
would
what
give a
he's-
fuck.
but That's what
Yeah.
he's saying. He's saying there should be no Froggy Bottom 27 anymore. Like you can have the name, but like your real name
Okay,
needs
I
to be
don't-
under. Like the way mine is right now on Instagram, I'm Tyrannosaurus Black.
That
but it
sounds,
says
uh,
Sam
You
Bass.
should know, but that
Sounds
comes
big
with
brothery.
that's
Sounds a little
that's
draconian.
Yeah, I'm not cool. You can't publicize who people are, but you can give someone a rating like your overall performance. I don't need to know who you are to know you're an asshole.
Yeah, 1000%.
Yeah, I like that score thing. I don't like the way they're doing it in some of the Asian countries.
That was a
'cause
Black
that's
Mirror
little
episode.
scary.
Oh.
What was?
Your social media score, like you couldn't get an apartment if like your social score.
Which
like,
season?
I think it's season 1. The really pretty blonde lady.
They wrote
But it's
that
a real
episode
thing, though.
based
It
on
should
what
be.
they're doing.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, it should be.
Over
So they're
there.
doing that. They're doing that in Asian countries.
I think
Yes.
Japan. I think it's just Japan.
You have a
right
social
now.
media score like your credit score.
Yeah, and
And
it is every company you do business with knows
They
it.
check that shit, and the
You guys haven't tried to get a job in a while, but when
In a
you're
while.
when you're trying to get a job in America now,
They
about
actually-
90% of the time, one of the things they want is your freaking like you are not going to get a job as a bank teller without giving them your Facebook.
yeah, and they go check
And if
that
you don't
shit.
have one, they're going to be real goddamn
real
curious.
suspicious. Yeah, I knew
Dude,
this
there
was
are
happening.
articles on articles about this.
They can really ask for that,
Yes.
and you can't say
Yeah,
no.
in America, they ask for your credit score at a job all the time, and if you got bad credit, they don't give it to you. What? You might
They
steal.
want. They
Depends on
won't
the
hire
job.
removed from the.
police officers.
depends
You
on the
cannot
job.
HPD has a credit score requirement because they think it makes you more susceptible.
God, they should
to
ask you how many times you've
corruption
hit
and
your
the
wife.
Take if you've got. Yeah, well, that should be the second question.
Depends on
for
the
sure.
jobs. Like if you want some shit, where
No,
you, wanna
you
get
should
your,
ask that question at every job.
But if you want to get your teeth fixed, yeah. If you want to make sandwiches, nobody give a fuck about. Yeah, you come in here in the Confederate flag. We don't give a fuck. Do you know how to put cheese on ham?
Sadly, the lower end jobs are where it
I've
actually
been able to
gets
put this
patrolled the
uniform
most.
on well past its prime. I can get some cheese on some ham.
You know, you can be a Klan member and be a CEO, but you can't do that and work at Subway.
Interesting.
And that the credit score thing to get a job, that just sounds more of like keeping the poor. It's like, hey man, I'm poor. I need to fix my credit. Yeah, well, you're not gonna get this job that's gonna help you do that. It's just
Yeah.
if I had great credit and I had all this money, I wouldn't be
wouldn't be
applying for your bullshit ass job.
1000%.
I'd be at home.
Yeah.
Why, like Scrooge McDuck, just naked, rolling around in fucking ones.
Somebody call Bart Stewart right now.
Well, you ain't got to worry about that. You fall off roofs on your own dime, right?
What?
I'm at. He goes, what? I'm like,
Sometimes I just laugh.
Okay, hang on a second.
I'm trying to build your self confidence.
Let me
no,
pull
I
this story
say,
up real quick.
I say you don't have to worry about applying to anybody because you self-employed.
Oh, I got
So
you.
would
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
So would you being a person that employs other people? Do you fall into this, or do you?
Trey's asking
Do
your
you sort of
credit
just?
score.
Do you?
No,
or do
you
you
check
hire
other
people?
people
No, because the people that work for me, generally, I just need them to have 4 limbs and be breathing. And
So you can't work for him.
some marginal level of intelligence to do some things. You know what I mean?
But you've
Like-
not hired somebody. We don't have to go into the extreme details, but you've not hired somebody for a job.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
of
No.
social belief.
Well, I work for residential customers. So here's the thing.
Okay.
It's more about policing that. I had a guy show up that I hired over the phone, and he showed up, and he had SS lightning bolts tattooed on his neck.
Oh, probably.
And a swastika on his throat. And I was like, dude, I'm not taking
Absolutely
you
not.
on a job. No, this can't happen, you know. I can't put that guy in a customer's yard, you know. Like, I'm not. No, man.
What about my thing is, what about the yard? Racists need their yard worked on too.
Well, I don't generally work for a lot of them, I guess. I don't know.
That's it. So wait, so here.
They don't hang a sign out front like, "Hey, I'm racist."
Another
and
hang
all they
something
want-
else.
Yeah, you got to. This is on you. Diversity hire here. You got to get a Black Panther, and you got to get some Klan members, and you got to get some old school German Nazis, and then you got to get some. You just pick them all, and you get everybody in the mix, and then you just go through with a flip book, and you go, "Who would you like to work
who
on
do
your
you want
yard?"
to work on your
and they'll
yard?
flip through, and they'll be like, "Oh, absolutely, the racist."
Well,
Like,
we may be
like
touching on
Tate.
why I'm not a great businessman. I don't know.
I don't hire racists.
I do a lot of things emotionally based, and when the guy showed up with SS Bolt, I was like, "No,
How
fuck
can
you,
you do
got
it?
to
You're,
go."
you're too obvious.
Infinity in the chat says it's so easy, and she's right. To you, it's hard to build credit. It's like an Uber score. It's very hard to get it to go up.
It's
Yeah.
easy to trash it.
Very simple to go down.
1000%.
Very, very simple.
Hell,
to go
somebody
down.
can do it for you.
That's right.
I can fuck up credit quick. It's great. I get up in the 700s. And I look back the next week. I'm like, I'm 580. Whoa.
I had somebody steal my identity about a year ago, and I was
I wish a
so
motherfucker
fucking
would.
happy. I was like, somebody else.
Somebody was looking
Shit.
up animal dicks.
Somebody saw the name Jerry Wayne and went, "That's the one I want."
That's
I bet that guy's got money.
Actually, if you saw mine, you saw my full name, you would think, you're like,
Oh, yeah.
this guy.
oh
We're-
yeah,
we're
he's
taking
Greek
his.
and a third.
Yeah, and then you get in, you're like,
Royalty.
fuck, and I'm like, no backsies, no backsies.
You ever had your shit stolen, Slade?
No, I've had like a credit card, but never my full identity.
full identity.
Shit, I fixed it like overnight. Nah, never have.
My brother had his shit stolen.
Really?
He had a whole somebody got a whole house and everything. I was like, bro, you should show up. And he's like, I don't want them responsibilities. I was like,
That's why I had good credit.
yeah.
I didn't want none of this shit.
No, I've never had it. I check my stuff pretty frequently. Though.
Perfect,
My
you're-
credit stays on point.
So,
Okay.
Well, I know whose identity I'm stealing.
You can have it. I'm done with it. I'm done. I've done this shit for too
I
long.
am
Yeah.
Slade Esquire Ham.
You take my 802 and go do what you want.
802. God damn.
80. Now we're bragging.
he wanted it out there. He wanted it out there bad.
Someone just toss it out there.
That was a pussy reel right there. He went.
That's funny.
Gotcha, bitch. 601. Ha ha.
That's how hood dudes brag. I used to fuck a bitch that had an 802. That's how hood dudes brag, bro. That bitch had everything. Everything was working. We got 2 cards. I bought some money from the
Kid was in daycare and she had an 802.
That bitch had a Keurig and a soda stream.
He like, what's your shit, bro? Don't worry about me, but the bitches I fuck with, they got degrees and good credit.
I went through her whole house. Wasn't no Aaron's rental furniture in there.
Oh,
Nothing.
shit.
All new and paid.
This bitch was in the house with the windows open. The blinds was open. Like, well, you gonna let them see the good furniture?
Right. Oh, she'd leave the car in the driveway, everything.
Fuck it, this is crabber. This is crazy.
We used to have to park 2 doors down just in case.
I walked up and knocked on the door. She said, it's open. She ain't lock it, nothing.
Why is this-
Have you ever seen a door with only one lock?
I say that bitch in my phone in the 802. I don't even know her name.
I had, cus-
802. That's
I had customers used to leave their car outside so they could put their golf cart in the garage. Like that was their big fear was the golf
Wow,
cart.
yeah.
Like that's a certain level of money where you're just
That
okay
is.
with some shit.
Hey, man,
You know?
at some point, you need to get robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what it is.
ability?
My credit may be that good, but my ability to pay it back and maintain my credit is not that good.
It's good because I don't buy shit.
Yeah, I can get a golf cart, but they gonna come get it soon.
They
Yeah.
come with a gratis motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh, it got stolen.
Yeah,
Stolen.
I left it
That bitch
outside.
the
I didn't
storm.
know.
Yep.
it's in the creek.
Oh shit.
So the I don't know why I know anything about the Hudson Valley Craigslist, but
Where's the Hudson Valley in New York?
New York, yeah.
Okay. I could guess.
That's where they
Someone
crossed,
posted
landed
an
that
ad.
airplane that time.
Someone posted.
Oh,
an ad that said,
the upside down.
Sully.
yeah, Sully. No, not the upside down one. Sully. That was Flight with Denzel.
When
Right.
Tom
Upside
Hanks
Down.
landed that airplane in the river.
Yeah.
Wait, Sully wasn't Tom. What Sully was Tom Hanks
Sully
and
was
not
Tom
Denzel.
Hanks.
Denzel
Yeah,
was
Flight.
Flight, and that's the one
You
when
see
upside
how
down.
one of them got a name and the other one just got the activity?
That's because he ain't had no good credit score.
Go ahead, Sam. We can
So,
cut you off.
Hudson Valley Craigslist. Someone posted an ad: wedding date wanted for mother-in-law. The ad said
Wait, what?
she needs constant attention and supervision. She'll probably wear white and try to escalate small dramas. Your job is simply to distract and de-escalate. Flatter her for 2 days and make it easy $1,000.
Wait. Okay.
It's got you written
Apparently,
all over.
apparently this dude's future mother-in-law is such a bitch that he's willing to pay somebody $1,000 to keep her fucking busy
Yeah,
over the
one-
weekend.
Yet
Let's
he's
discuss-
still willing to show up at the wedding and say yes.
Yeah,
Or
that's
I
he's
do,
gonna
whatever.
live with it for the rest of his life. He won't stand up for himself. But $1,000, you are way undercutting what that is worth.
The ad included a list of qualifications needed for the job, including that the date must be a conversationalist, a good dancer, and have your own suit to wear. It added that the date must be able to pretend you happen to be a guest, interested in sitting and dancing with the mother-in-law, and experience with narcissists is a plus.
Yo, this is Slade written all over.
Slade's ex.
I'm
all of
sorry, bro. This is Slade. Slade's got.
Can you dance?
There's no way. There's no way she is a mother-in-law and still within my age criterion.
No, but what's is perfect for you?
This is financial. This isn't
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
we're
this
not
is like
looking
you
for you to
get
go
the
have a
girl.
relationship.
I won't go do a comedy gig for $1,000 right now. I'm not going
A
to sit with
two-dayer?
your, absolutely
two-day?
No, I'm not going to sit with this old hag on rehearsal dinner and show night.
What if we got
Hang
you a
on.
gig?
The ad said
No.
the date.
Yes,
the,
you
the
That
ad
is a gig.
You would make that extra grand. All right, let me go
No,
talk to this old bitch for a couple days.
There's no way
The ad
I'm
said the date would be provided with food, travel expenses, conversation topics, background information, and the hotel room.
He's doing
This
it.
is starting to sound like a
He's-
shitty gig.
Yeah, what are you, a comedy zone? What is
telling you, Slade's
Please
gonna
send
do
a
it.
photo of yourself and a quick blurb indicating your interests/qualifications. You also need to be okay with us running a background check on you
Damn.
just for safety's sake.
802.
I'm about to send Slade's info. See if I can
not
get him.
going-
to
I'm
gig.
about to send mine.
I'm not going to do a week. Man, you don't understand. Have you really
Well, they
thought
can't
out?
say
It's in Hudson Valley.
what you can't be.
Have you thought out what right?
We can't say not black.
What
but
2 days with a Hudson Valley mother-in-law would be like?
Yeah, it'd be a day of you giving her the dick she is deprived of. That's
like
why
I
say
said,
it's
have you imagined?
you'd be off
There's
doing
no-
the Lord's work.
No,
Slade.
homie.
no.
I'm telling you,
Y'all
good
don't know
karma.
me.
Oh yeah, you have experience in
Y'all
this.
don't know me.
I'm gonna tell you right now. It's like I would answer this article. I would go up there and I'd do it. You know how many dumb bitches I've listened to fucking talk for no goddamn reason
For
and
free?
just
For free.
sat there and just
I've seen him at the bar.
Yeah. Now, you telling me there's $1,000 waiting at the end of that, and you're like, you go give the mother-in-law the dick she wanted. Hey, dude, if part of this job is she wants to fuck and I've got to fuck
No,
her
sir.
mother-in-law, my price just doubled.
Yeah, I
And
would
here's
message
the
like,
thing,
yo, bro,
if-
she's
if
trying
he says,
to fuck.
If he says, I won't double your price, I'm like, yes, you will. Matter of fact, now it's $3,000, because if it's not $3,000, I'm about to show this wrinkly bitch your Craigslist
Okay,
ad,
now we're back
and now
in.
she's going to know what the fuck you just did.
Now we back in. Why didn't you sell it to me like this the first time?
So
I'm in.
now,
I'm in.
it's, hey man, you flew the wrong motherfucker up
Yeah,
here.
I'm done. I love when you add piece of shit to it. Slade's like, oh, now I'm on board. We get to be dirty in this motherfucker.
Let me get my favorite
God, dog. He gonna get his bedazzled wedding hat and shit.
So he's like, I can triple my income by being a scumbag? Okay.
got a bedazzle with weddings. How you doing?
The Gross Bar said an extra $100 to pee on it. You got
How
that,
you doing? Where the fuck is Geraldine at? I'm here to meet Geraldine.
Now I just want a blackberry. Like, I need $1,000 not to show her this.
I mean, all right, I made
What's
you up.
legit do? I mean, I haven't lived enough life, so I need enough experiences. I would do it just for the story.
I wouldn't
just
not
to
for the
come
check,
tell y'all
I
about
I
it
did a
Monday.
funeral and a baby shower back to back for that exact same reason.
I'd have turned both those down. I'm past that. I'm just
That's
not
why they
there
didn't
anymore.
call you for the cake.
Yeah, I'm not there anymore.
I'd do it if I can get the other mother-in-law in for a threesome.
I mean,
Hey, bro, can I fuck your mama? And then
That's the most Trey Stetson thing that's ever been Trey Stetson.
Yeah, you done the mother-daughter
Yeah.
thing, but you ever done the
mother-
mother-daughter thing?
mama say mama.
I had two mothers. I fucked both the mother-in-laws.
Mama
Yeah.
say, mama saw, mama coochie something. This
Yeah.
is a wow.
Oh, man. Fuck, dude.
Oh,
What
shit.
do y'all be Googling at night?
I don't.
No, these two. No, you. I know what you're doing. You playing video games.
Bro, I'm off the internet.
hoping you could be a fucking stormtrooper.
That's it. I'm off the. I'm off.
You
the
off the
internet.
grid? You done?
Bro, it is the most liberating thing I've ever done in my life. All I've done is miss
best.
birthdays.
It's the best.
That's the
Yeah,
only
it
thing.
is
I
the best.
apologize if
Liberating.
any of you's had a birthday since June.
Nah, but you should be
I was
close
there
enough to
for
where
you.
you
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah, it's. It should be what?
You should be close enough to the people where you know it.
Yeah,
I just
that's
shoot
the,
you a
if
text.
I don't know your shit, it's
Yeah.
if it
You
doesn't
can
come
get
up in
slayed
comment-
at your birthday if you hire him.
That's
And then you got to pay an extra $1,000 to get him to leave.
Yeah.
please. Peace out before. Yeah.
No, we getting this money.
Oh, he's the king of dude. This
Irish-
Ghost
the Irish-
Recon motherfucker.
Oh, you don't see him?
He got me one night so good. I will never forget this because I'm pretty good at the Irish exit. I'm pretty good at dropping out when I
Irish
need to
could
drop
buy you
out.
in a heartbeat.
Me and one of his fans are talking about a lot of shit, and I'm like, I need to get out of this conversation. And Slade is walking up to the conversation, catches wind of it. He had to go through us to get out the door, and I looked around, and the son of a bitch was gone. He was outside waving at me. I
man.
never. It was just.
I got skills you don't know about.
No, man.
I'll leave through a bathroom window.
I don't know if he went through my legs. I don't know.
You don't know?
I turned around, he was gone.
Not only is it good the Irish goodbye, but because you guys don't really get that fucked up public. But there's been so many times back in the old Davenport days where Sam's like, "Hey, come outside, let's talk for a minute." And we get outside, and there's a cab there. He's like, "Yeah, bro, it's that time."
And I just shove him in it. I go, I got another hour in me, but you got to go.
But you gotta go.
He's
That's
like,
fucking
before it gets
hilarious.
worse, and there was a point where I'd be like, "What the fuck, man?" And then after a while, I just started going,
Okay. My favorite Sam indicator is when he starts thinking he's whispering. And he runs up here and he goes, Jerry!
Oh my
"His is the eyes."
When it sounds like a toddler trying to whisper to you, it's like, okay.
Listen.
He says the eyes squint, my hand goes on the shoulder. And his brother said it too. That's how I'm like, I know it's right. Yep, right there.
That's
I'm about to tell you something I don't want nobody else to hear.
when Sam starts whispering at 70 decibels. It's
And that's what Slade's in the corner with the phone down here. Get the cab.
The downside is you set off the car alarm. The upside is it was your Uber.
I've heard Sam whisper in the green room louder than the comic on stage.
Oh, that's happened a lot.
That was Dusty. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, he say louder than the crowd.
There was one night at the stop. I can't remember who was on stage in the main room, whatever. But I was in the bar and I was drunk and I was loud. And Rob comes walking out of the showroom and goes, "Hey, I can hear you in there. There's people trying to sleep."
God damn.
I've heard people laugh at Sam's punchlines in another room.
What else we got? We are deep into episode 936. The vaultsoflore.com studios.
The Gross Bar goes, "I'm off the internet while streaming."
Yeah, I'm just personally not on
I'm
social.
off the internet on Twitches.
Vaultsoflore.com studio. Vaults of Lore. Vaults of Lore. Vaults of Lore. Sam whispering.
Do y'all know my?
Lots of law.
Well, you're probably a lot farther along in the book now since this is Friday. How's it going?
It's going great. I'm almost done.
Yeah, we don't know. So we're taping on the same day, but we're airing on different ones. You can get the book also. You can follow along with Trey and Jerry, who are ahead of me. I will be grabbing one of the copies from them. I got a copy via email on my Kindle, so I'm gonna dig into that. But there's something about the hard copy. I want to feel it. Like it's got some weight to it. I want to get into.
Don't
it.
lay down and read
shit.
it.
Yeah, no.
Infinity 1982. So should we consider Banco Popular as a different timeline now? Are we variant?
Yes, we have pruned the Banco Popular timeline, and we are now down to just the this timeline, and this is the sacred timeline that is now the Vaults of Lore. Or this is a variant. I don't know. Banco Popular never really sponsored the studio. We just like that name.
We just made fun of it because Rob didn't have a bank account, and that's where he
None
had
of
to
us
go
are
get one.
100% sure it exists.
It's
all over the world.
all over the world.
Yes.
We found at least there are Banco Populars. We've got pictures from
Rome,
like 7 or 8
Venice,
different countries.
One in Spain.
Because I remember when all the Krogers changed the name to First Economy Bank.
No, we found one in yeah. We found one in Kosovo. We found one in Italy. One in Spain. Germany. Like they're all over.
City.
Yeah.
It's a
So
big
it's
thing.
become can you take a picture at the Banco Popular Bank in a different country now?
Yeah.
So that's
We'll be walking down the street. We'll see one. I'm like, Slade, hang on. And I just grab the phone. He's like, what? And I go, look up. And he's like, oh, shit.
they've earned that respect.
Cat, you're a parent. Well, both of y'all are parents. Me and Slade, we figured this thing out.
Yeah.
But
Yet I still feel responsible for Trey. So
it does. Got me a fucking
got him a hot
the
toddy
most
and a
dad
booster
thing
seat.
ever.
Bro,
Yeah,
when you got out that car Saturday night, all three of us were like, man, I hope my little dude's okay. Like
I was
it was
texting this
it was the
bitch
most
in the morning.
brotherly
Are you
shit.
all right?
Jerry Wayne's been texting me a lot.
We a real brotherhood. We don't just
I-
get off we don't leave the studio and fuck off.
Yeah,
We're
I
friends.
really appreciate all of
Yeah.
it. You guys as parents, do you feel it's irresponsible on my parents' behalf that they don't know that I have asthma?
Wait, they don't know it all? You had it your whole growing up?
So
How many times you almost die as a kid?
none. So
You got
it's
adult
like
onset
weird.
asthma?
It's like it got. My grandfather told me this when I was a kid. It's like, it's the same thing with my dad. My dad had it. He's growing up. Then he grew out of it. Like basically gets better. And then as you get older, it gets worse. My grandfather told me. And now keep in mind, everything skipped my dad, and I got it. I got everything. The eye. He's supposed to look like this. He's supposed to be having the eyes saucing every time he thinks about some shit. So.
Based on the daily conversations I have with my wife about my children, I feel like it's something they should have noticed.
Yeah.
Well,
It should have come up.
How
like,
old were you?
Why
when
is he
it started to
choking in the
fucking-
corner?
When it got
When it
real.
started to kick in?
About 19.
Were you out of
When
the
I
house?
was like 19, I was about to be out of the house.
Oh well,
So it started-
so you're the shitty son. You didn't tell him.
No, but they knew at birth. Like it's a thing. You're born with the shit's
It's
fucked up when you.
hereditary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
right.
born with it, and they just.
And his dad
They do.
had it. And, never
And my
thought-
dad had it.
And you just in the hotel room while they fucking coughing in the corner?
His dad never was like,
Give it
man,
to
Trey
me."
can't run for shit.
They fucking
Maybe
my
it's
breath
this.
away. Yeah, like, yeah, man.
Trey is short
Damn.
for trachea.
Perfect.
I couldn't.
And
But
boom
be
goes the
short for
dynamite.
tracheotomy if we ever have to revive him in a car.
I ain't doing that. I'm done with the
Shove a pin in
podcast.
your neck.
If I got a fucking cow.
Jay Wayne, you got your pocket knife?
I know.
We're going to need that in a straw.
Click pin like Shreveport.
Take the ink out.
No, but you're like, it's a lot of distance between you and your daughter. Just meaning by proximity. You would
Not
know.
tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Yeah, but this is some shit that you would know. You would know about her fucking
But
issues.
anything happens with her and I don't get called immediately, we
It's a
got
problem.
problem.
Yeah.
It's
These motherfuckers, I didn't leave the house for a while, and they don't know.
Did they know about your eyes?
Oh yeah, my mom pushed these out. As a matter of fact, she a blood vessel broke, so I was born
In
with
her
like
eye?
no, in mine. She was pushing me out so hard, a blood vessel broke in one of my eyes. So I look like I just got in a fight with fucking Conor McGregor and shit. My eyes all fuck. I'm like, damn, I was born into an abusive
With
relationship.
red eyes?
Yeah, it's
and
like red and
I
purple.
done
and
shoved
shit.
you back in. You came out purple with a red eye.
My dad said, he's like, boy, you look like a bruised tomato. You look bad, son. He was, wash him off.
how was your name not Bruce then?
Oh, because they had other plans. I had a name before I was born.
So your
Yeah,
name
man.
your
I'm
name
not
is
gonna say
Trey.
it. Yeah,
or-
yeah, it's Trey.
yeah.
I'm about to legally change it to Trey.
By the way, that's what I was called when I was a kid. Was Trey.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
that's real common.
So I'm the fuck. What are you? You're that's right. You got one
I'm a
of them
junior.
long.
Yeah, yeah.
Your shit looks like a Jesus banner, like JWJJJ.
Look like a bracelet.
Yeah, the bracelet.
You're an only. What was your pop's name?
Charles Robert.
Charles.
Okay.
So we share a. I took his middle name, but I go by. I don't go by.
Yeah.
This guy goes by Slade.
That's the bro. That's the kind of shit keeps you from being an accountant.
It does. It
No
also
chance.
is why you
Also, the name Jerry.
Jerry.
Also, the name Jerry Wayne will keep you from being an accountant.
Well,
Nobody's gonna trust you with numbers.
I was always Trey, and then when I was 8, I was like, I want to be called Sam, just like my dad. And then when I was 14, I was like, he's an asshole. Can I go back to Trey?
Yeah, I never wanted to be called by my dad. Never.
Well, are you a junior?
No, I'm a third.
Oh,
I only
you're a
want
third,
to
okay.
keep it because of my grandfather.
That's
My
what's
grandfather's like, dope.
So just move it to the middle and change your first name to Trey.
Not doing no. No, that's like real bad. I mean,
What?
it just sounds like a nigga in overalls at that point. I only want to
Okay,
say, think about that name.
Okay,
Somebody
goddamn.
waving, bye,
Yeah,
Juice.
no, you
Like, I don't
you
wanna
a background actor in life.
Like, damn, you ain't even a mainstream prisoner.
You-
Yeah, I don't want.
Don't do that.
like it.
Don't do that.
But
Don't
he
do that.
he was like one of the first. It was like 32 students. During integration at McNeese State, McNeese
Yeah.
went and integrated. So he was one of those first like 30.
That was
kids
Louisiana. What was that?
in
82?
Louisiana. No, it was like what? Let me see, 1955, something
Wow.
like that, somewhere in there in the 50s. And
Not long enough ago to be funny.
I know.
yeah, but his dad, my great grandfather, is the one that gave the speech at the whole whatever they had with the
Gettysburg
book.
Address?
The commencement.
Yeah, commencement or whatever the Gettysburg Address. But they had a whole thing, and it was like McNeese is a state school, right? So that means that the people that's for the state pay taxes so that the students could go to school here. They go, yeah. They go, well, how my taxes can pay for your son to go to school, but not for my son. So they all met up and they changed it. They made McNeese integrated. And they told my grandfather, like, your dad is the thing he said was really the reason that we changed our mind and to change it. So it makes me wanna, but that shit ain't written nowhere. That I gotta keep that name just to keep
Awesome
telling
hearsay?
that fucking
Awesome
long ass
hearsay?
story. Yeah, it's like you can't read about this shit. It's not in McNeese
better
state history.
Give that story a blue check mark for
Yeah, it's not like Simon Tutson showed up and gave a marvelous blindside speech.
Y'all got that in a glass case in the lobby.
No, it's nothing. It's just me telling some other people. It's a
That
bar
3
story.
people know about.
Yeah, it's like
It's not a great elevator pitch.
yeah, it's not. Yeah, so I'm like,
If you were homeless, how quick could you get that out to get that money?
oh shit, not
Yeah.
quick enough.
Not for the light change.
Not before Slade tells me to pivot.
Call back, get paid.
Oh, all right. We were probably in the home stretch of this one. I'm not paying attention to the time, but I think we're close. Where are we at? Oh yeah, we're definitely in the home stretch. We're
So here's the thing. You said that you kept the name because of your grandfather, right? When I was 14, I said my dad was an asshole. Then when I got older, like right around drinking age, I was like, oh, he's just an asshole. Like, and it got to be where it was fun in a way. And I always was like, I love my name because of my grandfather. He was such a nice man, and my dad was like, nice.
Yeah, and then
He's
he
like,
gets to tell you.
You don't know the motherfucker I knew. And
Of course.
I know we're in the home stretch. That's why I want to tell the story.
yeah.
Okay.
My favorite story about my grandfather, like, I remember as a dude who always had a big bowl of Hot Wheel cars every time I went over. And even though I'd stick like 8 of them in my pocket, next time I came over, the whole bowl was full of Hot Wheel cars again.
Wow.
And he was just a fucking cool dude. Played the organ, tried to teach me how to play it. I was like, this is boring.
Gotcha.
But he was just a cool, nice-ass dude. Well, when my dad, like right around when he met my mom, whatever, he came back from the army, whatever, he got back home. He didn't have his own car, so he was staying with my grandfather and my grandmother. And he borrowed the car. He went out with his buddies, went drinking. Motherfucker comes home, pulls the car into the front yard,
All right.
gets out of it. He was like, ah. And my grandfather heard all this shit going on. Goes out and was like, hey, what the fuck you doing with that car on my grass, boy? But I'll leave it there. I'll get it tomorrow. Motherfucker, you will move that car now. And man, you don't know what the fuck I've been through in this motherfucker. my grandfather was like, you need to watch who the fuck you talking to, son.
Yeah.
And my dad said one more thing, and then, boop, right cross, one shot, out cold. Knocked my dad the fuck out. My grandma comes running out of the house and goes, what did you do? Blah, blah, blah. And he goes, you leave him where the fuck I put him. If he comes back in that house, you can get the fuck out too.
How come every one of Sam's family stories ends with somebody getting knocked out?
Oh, that's what they do.
Because my last name is Damaris.
Yeah.
And his dad's an old drunk Vietnam vet.
It's not always his dad doing the knocking out.
That's how his grandpa.
And they said my grandma just sat there and looked at my dad, looked at my grandpa, went back in the house because she wasn't getting kicked out, but she came back out with a blanket and a pillow. She put a pillow under his head and covered him with a blanket and left him in the fucking driveway.
They gotta learn.
That is that's why you don't give.
She was like, I'm not going to bring you back in, but my baby not going to be cold today.
Exactly. That's why moms get so much love on Mother's Day. Because her dad's like, leave him there. She like, he gonna be cold.
Trey Tutson, Sam Damaris, Jerry Wayne Longmire. So much to pay attention to. Tuesday nights, you can catch us on Is This Thing On? A brand new show showcasing some Houston talent, guests of all sort, people you haven't seen, a couple that you have. I believe on next Tuesday, I think Drew Holloway's going to be on the show. I'm not sure who else. I've got to look at the list.
I love that kid.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Wednesdays is the spoiler room. Sometimes you can catch it on Thursday. We do a deep dive with Chase DeRusso, myself, and Sam into all things kind of nerdy and television related. There's other stuff's going to come on. It's all
is it
kinds
just comic book shit for y'all? Or do y'all just? Is it anything pop culture?
movies and mainly pop culture.
Army of the Dead, we hit
talk
that.
Space Jam or something.
I think y'all should rewatch Key and Peele.
Okay.
And then do a spoiler room on Key and Peele.
I'll talk about Key and Peele.
Well, it's a little late for the spoiler on that.
Fair enough.
Let me give you the spoilers on Sling Blade.
There's potatoes.
Fair enough.
Anyway, lots of programming, lots of things to watch, lots of things to see. I'm going to be at the Houston Improv Sunday night. That is the 25th. You can get your tickets online, improvtexas.com.
The 24th, I'm going to be on the Music versus Comedy show at the Bronze Peacock.
At the House of Blues.
Yeah,
Outstanding.
yeah.
That is Saturday
Jesse
night.
Saldani's going to be on that with me.
Very cool. Lots of opportunities to catch us. Full calendars up at all of our websites, sladeham.com if you want mine. And mine's on my mailing list, too, if you follow that. That comes out every other Tuesday, something like that. Mainly follow us. We have a Discord server. We're going to get Sam to throw the link up here in just a moment. You can join us on there. You can also join our Patreon, and you can send us some whiskey. Send us a DM if you want to find out how to send us whiskey. DM us on Facebook or anywhere else. We need some. We're running out as long as Sam is in town. He's not going to be here next week because we're going to be joined by Antonio Aguilar. But in the meantime, we're going to try and restock this cabinet for when he comes back. Go ahead.
No, never mind.
All right. We're the Whiskey Brothers, 936 in the can. Peace.
They don't want no problem. Nah.
Music provided by Scarface. Thank you for listening to yet another excellent episode of the Whiskey Brothers Podcast, the world's funniest podcast ever. The Whiskey Brothers Podcast was made in America by Americans, mostly in and around the Houston area. All content copyright the Whiskey Brothers. This concludes our broadcast day. Goodbye.